Hey guys, so today we're gonna go on a little mini hunt and a little bit of a mini haul. I know it's been a little bit since I've gone out. Had to take the last week off due to personal projects, but we're back. It is officially fall now. For those of you who celebrate Blessed Mabon, I hope it was good. Hope everyone enjoyed the autumn equinox. I hope you had awesome weather, because I know I did. That first taste of fall was blessed. While we still had the nice cool weather, let's go out hunting. I've got a few stores in mind, and then when I come back, I'll do a haul. I do have some items I need to show you, because tomorrow it is decorating day. Part 1, probably, but I digress. In any case, let's go hunting, folks. Just got out of Spirit Halloween. So I checked with them and they said they hadn't got a truck yet. They're supposed to have gotten it on Tuesday. It is Thursday. They have not gotten it yet. So they're a little barren right now, which is a little disappointing. Quite a few things have been picked over, so I'm gonna withhold judgment on that one. They have an okay-ish selection from what they've got right now. So first, let's get the big things out of the way. Animatronics. Spirit Halloween always does good with their animatronics. I'm not a big animatronic person myself, but the ones I did see were nice. Yes, I tried the jumping spider just for you folks. Put my foot on it and then I quickly backed away, because I'm not about to put my heart through those palpitations. But so we got that. I think my favorite thing was actually seeing a little kid running and stepping on every single touchpad to make them all go off and scare himself and giggle and then run and do it again, so that was cute. So as for things that weren't animatronics, they do have some of their kind of like decor stuff out. It was extremely picked over, extremely picked over. I will say the things that did stand out to me the most though were several of the signs. I did like the hanging signs that I did see this year. There was a Beetlejuice one that was kind of very overgrown and everything else. I really loved that. They also had a lovely one from Hocus Pocus of all the different locations in the town. So I thought that was nice. I also really enjoyed several of the signs that were, or I should say plaques, that were in the Nightmare Before Christmas section. So a lot of people have asked me, what do I do? I'm a journalist. So there's one that was the front page of a newspaper that had Jack flying in the sleigh and all these other things and whatnot. So that really spoke to me. Although technically the stories that were written weren't true how they would normally appear in a newspaper. Let's just leave it that way, okay? So there's that, my small, tiny gripe. Other than that, it was cute, I loved it. Oh, they also had a cloth sign that was all the different potion bottles. I believe that one said, pick your poison. Yes, so it was the 3 potions that Sally has, that she's cooking with. So there was that sign. I saw a Sanderson Sisters sign. That one was a little stand-up tabletop sign. Good Lord. I'll just show all the signs that I saw because there was a lot, but I already described the ones that really stood out to me the most. I also did like their collection of wreaths from different lines. So the one that I saw first was from the Haunted Mansion. Yes, I did see a Haunted Mansion wreath that was very nice, light up. I already know at least one friend who's going to be probably snagging that. If she doesn't, I'll probably grab it for her. But I did see that one. I did see a Crescent Moon one from, I believe, kind of like the spiritual, kind of like the witchy line. So there was that, and it did light up. Oh, fleece blankets. If you are a fleece blanket person, they've got quite a few from all the different lines, from like your horror movies, your cartoon movies, Trick or Treat, Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, there's so many different ones you can pick from. I did see one that was a Ouija board inspired one, so that was cute. So there was, like I said, a okay-ish selection of stuff. Wish there was more. I'll probably come back later to see if there's anything. Probably over the next few days, maybe. Hopefully there is. Still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for Halloween, in all honesty. Considering I've got no clue. I know the entire house is gonna be decked out in Nightmare Before Christmas, so I would feel strange if I didn't do something like Sally-ish. But I can also really do a good Morticia Addams. So I don't know. If you guys have some like suggestions for me on what I should do for Halloween, lay it on me. I'd appreciate it. Because right now I've got no bloody clue. So next up, I'm gonna drive around, see where I'm gonna find. Probably gonna be Target. Yeah. Let's stop by Target. And I know they have stuff because I went on my break one day last week because I was determined to get jack-o'-lanterns before everyone cleared stuff out. So grab those, but I'm gonna see if they got anything else and of course take you guys with. Okay, so got out of Target, and it's kind of sad that I feel that, yes, Spirit is like the Halloween capital of all things Halloween, but my Spirit was so sad in comparison that Target was so full of everything. So I am rejuvenated, I am happy, things are great. Okay, so Target. First things first, walking in. So the dollar spot, they've got some, they have a lot of stuff that I've shown last time, but now they've got like little miniature jack-o'-lanterns that are orange and white striped ceramic, kind of ceramic-ish, but they kind of remind me of like the circus tent stripes. They light up, so those were nifty. I also saw 2 black potion bottles. One, I think, was snake venom. The other one was, I think, just said magic potion or some sort. But little cork stopper on that, so that was cute. I don't know if you call this like a wall hanger or stand or whatnot, but it's a cauldron with a little like insert into it so you can put things on it for like a little shelf. So that was nifty. I really liked that. Personally, I think it'd be perfect to put on in your kitchen. And if you had like, if you had some spices that you're willing to put up there that aren't too like large bottomed, I think those would be great so they wouldn't like fall out. But unfortunately, any spot I would think of for my kitchen is too small of wall space, so couldn't get that. And then they also had these little plastic candelabras, like tons of them. Really cute light up. I thought those are pretty nifty. So good for like a little kids Halloween party table, if you ask me. Moving on to the big shebang, the Hide and Eek Boutique. Okay, folks, this is kind of like tried and true. Everyone knows this. If you don't know this, then you're about to learn. They have the best jack-o'-lanterns, hands down. Love their jack-o'-lanterns, so many different sizes. So of course you had like your little small ones, like not tiny, but definitely smaller jack-o'-lanterns of different facial expressions. There we go, got that out. Then you have your medium-sized ones, which are round. Again, various different facial expressions. They also had a blue one too for your teal ones. And then you had your tall, oblong-looking ones. Again, 2 different facial expressions that I saw. I love those. Really good for like, I like the different sizes of everything so that you can do a lot with the display. Also saw a large jack-o'-lantern that was a mister. So you could put water in it and it would mist out, and I think it had a green glow with it. A stack pumpkins. I've been saying I've been looking for stacked pumpkins, so they had that. So 3 different stacks of pumpkins on that. They also had the electric ones, the electric kind of like eyes, so that blink and move and everything else, and they make sounds. They had those. They also had a outside stake of stackable pumpkins, really tall, so you could put out in your front yard if you want. So that was nifty. They also had, similar to what Lowe's had, with the skeleton and like the scarecrow slash zombie, whatever we're calling it, where you could put like the jack-o'-lantern on top and it was headless. Target had those too. So that one was a Yeah, of course it's a jack-o'-lantern. So that one was a skeleton and a scarecrow that you could just put your little jack-o'-lantern, little minute, like the smaller ones, not smaller, the medium-sized ones, medium-sized heads on those. And of course, the jack-o'-lantern and skull fruit. I know people are split on this. I like them, but I have a distinct reason why, because I actually have a setup where I can display them all year round. So of course they had like your smaller fruit, like your oranges, your apples. The last time I was there, they had lemons and pears. Then of course you had the bell pepper skulls, a giant strawberry skull. I think they also had a dragon fruit stacked on something else. I did see a pineapple at one point. This one had a watermelon, a couple other ones. So I think that's nifty if you want to leave something out in your kitchen all year round. I actually have a fruit stand, or at least a stand that I use to put fruit on. So when I don't actually have fruit, I think that'd be nice to put those on there and just have like little jack-o'-lanterns and smiling faces and everything else looking back at me. So I really liked that. So this was actually one of the first things they had out whenever I went last time. I should say a couple times ago whenever I was grocery shopping and I saw this. It was a Dia de los Muertos cart. So it was a, they had wreaths in there. They had a lantern, a four-sided lantern that lit up. They also had a candy skull decorating kit. So you could decorate it however you want. A couple other items, pillows. I think there was a blanket, or was that a, no, it was a blanket. It was a tablecloth. Yeah, tablecloth. And a candelabra. I believe that one was plastic, a harder plastic. I don't believe it was ceramic. I'm blanking on that one. I cannot quite remember the texture of it, I'm sorry. So they had some outdoor decor that was in the far left aisle. This one was a large inflatable hot air balloon, but it was a jack-o'-lantern as the balloon itself with a jack-o'-lantern guy. So that was cool. A bunch of different light up things you could put outdoors. Kind of a similar texture to the jack-o'-lantern stands that I got from At Home that I'm gonna put outdoors. So this one had a Grim Reaper, a little jack-o'-lantern dude, a light up ghost. Then it also had a black cat where the head turned, and then a small stack of pumpkins, or such a jack-o'-lanterns. They also had neon lights, so I think it was a flashing skeleton, and that it waved, and then a jack-o'-lantern itself. Pillows, pillows, pillows. So, okay, you had your regular square-shaped pillows that had stacked jack-o'-lanterns. This is apparently a theme this year, stacked jack-o'-lanterns. Trick or treat. And then they had like a little lumbar pillow that was black with a line of jack-o'-lanterns on it. And an actual jack-o'-lantern shaped, fuzzy, very soft pillow. Then they also had a cat head pillow that was very nice. Extremely soft. I'm blanking on the texture. I know the ears were kind of like a felt, so to speak. So they had that. They also had a bat, a little caricature of a bat pillow cut out. That was nice. Blankets. So these blankets, they're soft. They're very soft. I think Home Goods blankets are softer, but these are right up there as well. So don't knock them. I saw quite a few different styles and designs. One was white with jack-o'-lanterns, black with jack-o'-lanterns. I believe the one said trick or treat, another said eek, and I think the last one had cats on it. So black cats. So they also had, I think these are copper and gold and black. So these were cats and owls and skulls and pumpkins. So yeah, some pumpkins. So these are plastic, only $5, the $5 spot there. And I mean, they're lightweight. The problem is you can just, and they blow over. That's the only problem that I got. So, oh Lord, so much stuff. It makes me happy. So all the different like signs and stands and everything they had. One was like a stand of jack-o'-lanterns. Stand of stacked jack-o'-lanterns. How many times can I say How many times can I say stacked jack-o'-lanterns in this video? Let's count it, folks. I actually might have to do a counter. And then Tricks, Treats, and Beware, another one that they had. Oh, and then they had a Happy Halloween with a black bird flying on it. They also had potions and cauldrons with all the different all the different cauldron types listed down there. So pewter and everything and brass. Thought that was cool. Of course, your stake signs you could put outside. One sign that I really liked, and I'm trying to figure out if I got it, what I do with it. It is a tombstone that is designed like a blackboard, so you could write on it with like white marker, and I find that very nifty. I'm curious how easy it is to erase though, so that would be my only concern because I want to be able to use it again. They also had a felt or velvet, not felt, why do I always say felt? Velvet skulls, black, orange, and white, so I thought those were nifty and neat. Couple of wreaths. So they had a black wicker wreath with bottle brush trees of different colors, black, orange, and white. So that was nice. Then they also had one that was all small plastic pumpkins. And they have one that was themed after their ghoulish garden. So kind of like vines and everything else, and the bulbs that you would see in the ghoulish garden, actual flowers themselves. I'll touch base on the ghoulish garden in just a moment. And what looks to be the same exact wreath from At Home of the black and orange Christmas ornament wreath with jack-o'-lantern ornaments as well. This one was $20. I can't remember what the At Home was. The At Home one was. But if you missed out on the one from At Home and you really want this wreath, the Target one is, if it's not the exact same one, it's really close. So I would go ahead and get that one. Bouncing back to the ghoulish garden. They had several different ones there. Not a very wide selection, but still enough. So they had like little succulents, like little black daisy succulents. They're in little pumpkins. And they had like the three-headed kind of moving lights and sound one that sings of I want candy, I want candy. They also had another one under a cloche. They had several of these tall standing ones, like the little flower or floral arrangements, for lack of a better term. So they had those. I think my favorite one was the Dreadful Daisies, because it's, well, black flowers with the skull in the middle. And folks, at this point, I'm pretty predictable of what I really like when it comes to my colors and decor. So I really like that. They also had some talking statues. So one was a knight, another one I believe was like a wolf. I don't know if the wolf one talked. They're heavy duty plastic. Another one's a big black cat. Let's see. Oh, and of course the giant lamps and light up signs. One was Trick or Treaters Stop Here that lit up. Another one was a tall light post or lamp post with like a jack-o'-lantern for the top of it. I really like those. My husband was with me whenever we went to Target last time, and we looked at those. We're like, but how well would they hold up in the wind? And I only say that because where I live, the wind is atrocious. So any large gust of wind and there goes your stuff. So that would be my only concern, because I really liked both of those. If I had to get one, I don't know which one I get. I really don't. Possibly the Trick or Treaters Stop Here, just because I really want Trick or Treaters to stop by my house this year. And a cute little honorable mention, because I just think it was adorable, was it's a little in the game section. It was a bowling game with the bowling pins were mummies. So I thought that was cute. But yeah, Target, if you can tell, I was disappointed by Spirit, so Target really lifted my spirits. Did I really just do that? So yeah, Target made me really happy. That was nice. I needed that. I might stop by Walmart to see what they have, and if they don't have anything, run across the street and stop by Meijer. Let's see if the other stores have anything, and if they don't, I will see you at home, where I will go through the haul of the stuff that I've gotten since the last haul I showed you. Okay, so I'm gonna try and see how quick I can make this, because my battery's probably going to die on me. But I went into Walmart, virtually nothing. They had aisles that were completely bare, smattering of a couple of small things. I really didn't think it was worth it to even try to film in there. Went across the street to Meijer, and Meijer actually did have their stuff out, at least a decent amount of stuff. Most of it was costuming stuff, and masks and makeup and everything else, but they did have a little bit of decor. So I will go over what I saw there. So first off were signs. They had several signs that were pretty nifty. They had one that was "It's spooky season" and it's shaped like a pumpkin. And they also had another one that said "Witches welcome." And I think they also had another one about parking your broom that was right behind that. Then they also had several signs that remind me of the ones you can find right now in the Happy Halloween line at Michael's. So that really old-timey. Actually, some of the things here were very much like that. So you had like your hanging signs of like the dangling ones of different sayings there. Then they had a ghost that had "boo" underneath it. Then they also had another one that was a ghost with jack-o'-lanterns saying, I believe it says "trick or treat," and kind of like in front of a fence. So there's that. Several different standing characters. One was a jack-o'-lantern with, I believe, some sort of bell, and I'm betting it was probably a sound and dancing one. I just couldn't find the button to turn it on. Same thing with the mummy right next to it. But I think that was like the Michael Jackson one that we also saw at TJ Maxx. Probably. Oh, they also, again, sticking with like the old time Halloween style, was a little jack-o'-lantern dude. I think, yeah, jack-o'-lantern skeleton covering his eyes. I think the other one had it covering his mouth with like the hear no evil, see no evil, say no evil. They had those in jack-o'-lantern dude forms, jack-o'-lantern skeleton forms. And they had several different skull, skeleton, and skeleton hand statues. So the other one's holding, one was a skeleton hand doing the peace sign. Another one was holding it. It was like, another one was a hand with the palm up. You could probably put something in there. A couple different skulls, stackable skulls as well, that were in a snow globe. Then they also had a skeleton pumpkin. Everything is skeletonized apparently. It can be skeletonized, so there you go. A couple other items, little stand-up signs. One was spooky, the other one was trick or treat, and I think another one was another trick or treat, and also boo. Well, this one pumpkin was interesting. I haven't seen this yet, and it lights up, but it is constellations. So I don't know if it's actual constellations, like the signs and everything else, like Aquarius and Virgo and Sagittarius and whatnot. I know all of the signs. I just don't know the constellations that match with them. Sorry. So I don't know if that was the case, but I thought that was pretty nifty. Another one were a couple different pumpkins with skeleton hands on them, different sizes. They also had some wall decor. Something you can stick up on your wall of various different sayings like beware and happy Halloween and trick or treat and beware, like I already said beware, but all of these different ones. So I'll show those there. Same thing with your ones you could put on your windows, the old school window stickers. I had those when I was a kid. I've yet to find any new ones now that I think I could make it work personally. Of course, your other run-of-the-mill decor. Like I said, this is not, it looks like it's pretty well stocked with like everything's got a place and nothing's really bare. But I believe like they're probably missing a lot more of their decor items. I will finish this up at home because my battery's about to die. So I will see you shortly. Sorry. Okay, I'm back home now. I've changed batteries. So let's continue where I left off, shall we? I did see a ghost candy dish. It's really more kind of like an egg shape with an opening for the mouth, so that you could put candy in there. Same thing with a jack-o'-lantern, which was smaller than the ghost. So those were adorable, in my personal opinion. I did also see a couple of soap dispensers, and I know I was saying that I was looking for soap dispensers for the master bathroom. So a majority of these were plastic, and these were like pumpkins of different kinds. One was black glitter, the other was white. A ghost, a black cat, and an iridescent skull. but two of them, which was a glow-in-the-dark skull and a bubbling cauldron where the bubbles in the brew inside of it was also glow-in-the-dark. Those two were ceramic. Now, I did like those. These already had soap in them, but the actual pump section where it twists in, those unfortunately weren't very even. They kind of tilted this way and that. So even though they were ceramic and I was really looking at the bubbling cauldron, I decided to pass on those. But if you can find some that actually are standing up straight and everything else, I mean, those are gorgeous. I think they're very nifty and interesting and different. Switching on to other home decor, pillows. Pillows, pillows. We love our pillows. So I did see a black pillow with white spiders all over it. And the material is very much kind of like your stereotypical couch material, really kind of like rougher, I would say. I mean, it's by no means is it uncomfortable, but it isn't like you're really squishy, soft, like I could just place my face into it and just pass out like it's a cloud. Like, it's not one of those. They also had a white one with a checkered pumpkin and a jack-o'-lantern. Another one which was more kind of like country style, so to speak, also with pumpkins all over that. Another one with dogs holding trick-or-treat bowls or canisters and everything else, as if they're waiting for treats. And then another pumpkin. Then I also did see some plush blankets. These are very soft, and I'm fairly certain one of them, actually both of these designs, might have been found at Home Goods. I know for certain that the black one with like the sheeted ghost dogs, I did see at the very least a similar one. I mean, it felt the same. It really did. It felt just like the Home Goods plush throws. The other one was orange with black witches hats. And so that's nifty. I really did like that one. I haven't seen that one yet so far this year. Moving on to the food section, because of course they've got some stuff over there. I did see a cake stand. This one's a black cake stand where the top of it is a spider web painted on, or at least adhered on, with a spider as well. I believe it was wooden. At least it seemed wooden when I picked it up. So that was cool. I also did see several kitchen towels. So many kitchen towels. So I'll show all of them here. They're all different jack-o'-lanterns, skulls. I believe there's a witch, cat witch, yeah. I did love one that said Fright Night. It's orange with a raven on a skull and crossbones and spider webs. Loved that. Same thing with all the skeletons as well. Happy Hauntings, Witch on a Broom. I mean, they're gorgeous. The quality's good. I mean, they're thicker towels, so there is that. So keep that in mind. They also did have, I believe they're table runners. Yeah. So they had 3 different versions of table runners from what I did see. And they all had matching placemats to go along with them. So that way, if you really love matchy stuff, by all means, you have your option of that there. So I'll show that as well. I think that is actually it for Meijer that I did see. So like I said, this is a mini hunt. So there's the hunt. Since it's getting pretty late in the day and technically I should be in bed, preferably in 20 minutes, we're probably not gonna make that happen. So now let's do the haul. And I thought this was going to be a mini haul, and this is probably not going to be a mini haul at all. So it's a full-on haul. So let's get started, shall we? First up, perhaps my favorite would be Target. So of course, Target is very well known for their jack-o'-lanterns, as I've said, with the quality of them. And of course, I had to get several. So little small one, not small one, the medium-sized one. With the lovely face. These are all battery operated, by the way. What I like about these is that you need a little miniature screw to get in. So while it's slightly annoying, yes, that means that everything's staying in there. And I love the very squish button to actually turn it on and off. So that's nice. I got the tall one, also the very oblong looking one. And then my stackable pumpkins. Oh, I love the stackable ones. So I got all of these. I actually went on, like I said, I believe I said this, yes, I went on my break at 8 a.m. right as they opened, and I'm like, where's all the stuff at? So everybody at the store knew I was a woman on a mission, and I probably looked a fool with jack-o'-lanterns underneath my arms as I walked back to the checkout line. Very proud of myself. So got the jack-o'-lanterns, and I actually did get 2 of these. I know exactly where those are going. Moving on, also in the same jack-o'-lantern category, the very divisive fruit jack-o'-lanterns. So I got the apples, the oranges, kind of goofy little smile, the lemons, and the pears. When I posted these on social media, everyone loved the pears. So I find that kind of comical. Personally, I prefer the apples, but then again, I always like the scary faces more so than anything else. Also from Target, saw this, had to get it. Husband said we already have enough of them. And well, I convinced otherwise. So, little jack-o'-lantern pillow. Very soft, very fuzzy, very squishy. I like this one because it is not just flat. It actually is kind of oblong, weird shaped-ish like a pumpkin should be. So I will probably be switching out a couple of my pillows, but this will probably be on one of my couches, more than likely. And probably will be slept on. Not sleeped, good lord. I need to use the sleep. It will probably be slept on at some point. And then also in the comfy category, that's going to go by couches. I got one of these throws. I love it because it's got jack-o'-lanterns on it. It's black. And since my couches are black, everything we love is black. So I thought these were absolutely perfect, and they're very soft. And I'm hoping they don't shed a whole lot. That's my preference, because one of the other blankets I got a couple years ago from Home Goods does shed quite a bit, so this is probably going to replace that one, which is sad because I love the design, just not all the fuzzies every which way. Moving on to Spirit Halloween. So some of these items I did get through a previous visit, just one run-in with my husband. That was last Saturday, I believe. So there were a few things I saw there that were not there this time around. But what I did get was this. Well, it's reflective. Hold on. Oh, this is not reflective anymore. No, it's kind of reflective. We're just going to go with it. So essentially, it's a door cover. So it's kind of like a bed sheet for your door. You can stretch it over your the outside. So we're going to put this up of Jack and Sally and everything else. We're going to put this up on Halloween night during trick-or-treating, because I have 2 wreaths, one on the inside and one on the outside, that I'm going to put on the door. And unfortunately, this would not work with the one that I know is going to be on the outside. And it would also kind of affect the lines of how the door looks on the inside. So this is only going to go up for one night, but I think it's worth it considering the decor we're doing outside. Also, from, again, Nightmare Before Christmas, what else is new? But this lovely Pick Your Poison sign, cloth, Worm's Fort, Deadly Nightshade, Frog's Breath, made with fear. This, if I can manage it, and I gotta double check to make sure it's the proper length, is probably gonna replace there we go, I did that right. Probably gonna replace this coffee little sign that I've got up there for the sake of Halloween. Also for decor, I also picked up these hanging lights. They're black jack-o'-lanterns that glow orange. I'm thinking this outdoor decor. So this is probably going to go up by our porch, so we can run a light there for that. These are either indoor use or covered porch use only. So don't go hanging these out in your yard, is what they're suggesting. So have these up. Don't know how they're going to hold up. They're only 9 feet long, so we'll see what happens there. And then, just because we're going to be doing jack-o'-lantern carvings, a little thing for Nightmare Before Christmas, for the stencils. I think these are a little smaller than what I want, but at the very least, it gives us something to work with. And so we'll have fun with that when it comes to carving jack-o'-lanterns. And at the end of the video, I've got a question for you guys involving jack-o'-lanterns. Moving on, I know I didn't go to them this time, but I do run in a couple stores every once in a while just for quick in and out to see if they've got anything new while I'm out running errands or grocery shopping or whatnot. And sometimes I don't always have my camera with me. This was one of those times. So check back with Joann's. If you've seen my previous hunt and haul video, I'm in love with Joann's newest line of all of the ravens and skulls and everything else. I adore it. So saw these and I thought I had to have them because they are so Tim Burton-esque. I love these pumpkins. They're kind of like paper mache pumpkins. They're literally painted like the forest that Jack walks through during his lament, and whenever he comes across all the doors to all the different holiday worlds. So I love these. I got 2 different sizes. Know where these are going. So at least there's that knocked out of the way. So I'm not always going, oh, here's am I gonna fit you? No, I actually know this one. I saw this and it's not for Halloween decor. And I actually had to text message a few people trying to tell them, convince me to not buy this thing, please. And of course that didn't work in my favor. So this is a candle holder, but it's set in a wreath and it's got raven feathers. Well, at least raven and crow feathers in it, sticking out of it with little twigs and everything as well. This is just so majestic. This camera's not doing it justice because you have to like really look down on it, but I just love how much of a staple item this is. Also, the fact that it's also kind of wicker means, and kind of sewn together, not sewn, it's kind of wicker, so it's not really wanting to stay together as well as soon as you start fiddling with it. So beware of that. So I think this would go great on like a coffee table, a hall table, even as a centerpiece for your dining table, but this is not going to go in any of those spots. This is probably going to go on my altar. And just assume that if there's any decor that you've noticed that I've bought throughout my hunts and my hauls and everything, but you aren't seeing it whenever I finally do my Decorate With Me video, it's probably on my altar. And while I have no problems with that showing up kind of in the background of a video or anything else, perhaps seeing a reflection of a mirror, or if I'm standing in my office and you see it partially in the background, that's fine. Just know that I will probably never do a full-on shot of here, this is what this looks like type video or anything else like that. I just want to keep at least that one thing a little more private since it's rather extremely personal. That's what that's going to be for. And then I also picked up, because it was on sale and I was right there, and it's incredibly long, this creepy cloth. Now I know Joann's stuff is can be pretty pricey, but I like the fact this was almost 21 feet and is a little thicker, but I also got this on sale and I used another coupon, so it's even more on sale. So yay, sale items. So I'll probably also use this on my coffee bar. I just got to figure out exactly how I'm going to get it to look the way I want it to look. Okay, these next items I'm a little disappointed in, and I ordered them online, so let me explain. So I got these spooky trees from Kirkland's. So opened them up, was very, very excited. I loved it and everything else. Then noticed some things. First of all, this wiggles. Not terribly, but it's concerning. So there's that. Second of all, if you notice, I don't know if you can tell in the video, and I don't want to move the camera around too much. Okay. All right. So this is clear tape that they use to kind of put all the wires together, because these light up, which is fine. But over here, they use black tape, so you can't see it nearly as much. So they're different tape items. And then on the bottom, well, I like the fact that it's like a little plastic case that you can just pop in and out. I think on the one that shakes, coincidentally enough, yeah, when my husband went to go put batteries in, the batteries wouldn't go in too easy, so he pushed it in slightly, and this entire plastic case went into the wooden box. There's nothing behind the case itself, or I should say, there's nothing behind the plastic battery insert to keep it from pushing all the way in. So I have to figure out how I'm going to fix that and get that to stay. So I'm probably going to use the same adhesive that I used for the wreath video, to see if I could somehow fix this and jerry rig this the way to make sure it stays. I will say as a caveat, I did get these on sale, so there is that, and I just don't want to send them back because it's the hassle of shipping back at this point. But not the most thrilled with the quality. This one, yes, this one was good. This one, not so much. And I'm going to see if I can somehow sturdy the base of that. So I know what these are going to be used for. I'm just going to be very careful and leave it alone and not mess with it. So if you bought some of these trees from Kirkland's and noticed some problems, you are not alone. If you bought these trees from Kirkland's and you didn't have problems, I wish I was you. And then I have one final item that I have to take you to. I got these lovely spooky trees from Home Goods. So these are about 4 feet tall. This branch right here, this top of this branch, comes up to my chin. So pretty tall. They do bend and they are flexible. I wouldn't bend them too much because of the glitter and everything else. I don't want it to crack. But they do light up. They have plug-ins that you can go with. So they're spindly and everything else. They're not your traditional spooky trees, but my year-round spooky tree that I have is similar to this. And I'll show that with the Decorate With Me video. But I thought these would be good to match. And they also have, and these are going to be removed, these are little ghosts, little cloth ghosts. I'll just take these off. I don't need them. But I'm going to unfurl all of this and everything and plug it in and design it how I want to and bend it how I want to. And these are probably going to go right around here, this area of my fireplace. So, yes, these are glitter. The transfer is virtually non-existent. One last thing. I didn't buy this. This was bought for me by my coworker. So, Cass, I love you. You're sweet. She saw these and she had to get them for me. So, lovely little tea towels of Nightmare Before Christmas. I do have, I believe, one of the matching gloves or something or other with this, I believe. So, 2 little tea towels. So, thank you, Cass. Love them. But besides that, that's all I have for the haul. My plan, and I've actually put this in my calendar, I have told everyone else to leave me alone tomorrow after work so I can do this. I am tearing this place apart to actually do the decorating. That's happening. I probably won't have any more hunt videos that are dedicated hunt videos. If I do go out hunting, I'll probably do it as part of kind of like a vlog of, I'm gonna go out vlogging and everything else, and like, oh, let's go on, let's find this, and if I find something, I find something. At least that's my idea right now. We'll see what happens. But so that's my plan for tomorrow, is to decorate everything, really start the decorating process. And that also means starting the tour of the coffee bar, because as been requested, people would like to see both. That wasn't an option. I'm sorry, that wasn't an option that I gave you guys. So I will do a little bit of both and show kind of like the before and the after and everything else, which means I have to get the before shots before I tear this all asunder and then redo everything. So I will get that done. So remember when I mentioned earlier about jack-o'-lanterns and carving jack-o'-lanterns? So I've been thinking, I don't know, I was thinking maybe doing something like this for like if I reached 3,000 subscribers, something like that. I originally thought 2,000, then I hit 2,000 quicker than I expected, so thank you. But at this point, I just want to do it because it's Halloween time and I love it. So I want to do a Q&A with me while I'm carving jack-o'-lanterns. So this will not be live because I'm liable to cut myself if I'm not careful. So I'm probably going to ask you folks to send me questions, either down below in the comments or send them to me on Instagram, and just questions you want to ask me and see if I can answer them for you. And I'll do that while I'm carving a jack-o'-lantern. Just send me those questions as a Q&A with me, and I'll get those answered for you, and we'll go carving. So that video is gonna be planned in the future. So now I'm gonna put all the stuff away just so I can haul it out tomorrow and we're gonna tear this place apart. So if you've made it this long, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming along with me for my hunt and my haul. I have several hunt and haul videos already done throughout this season, so feel free to check those out. Also did a crafting video. Feel free to check that out if you want to. We still have 1 month left until Halloween, so we have plenty of things cooking. So I can't wait to share those with you. Got a lot of exciting things going on. And honestly, I just can't wait. And thanks for coming along for the ride for all of this. So I will see you folks in the next one, all right? Happy hauntings. See ya.